Jesse, do you think that, in fact, the Republicans might start putting out the word, you know, Trump is better when he's just off the cuff. He's not so great at doing scripted presentations. Is that going to be a way to lower the bar for Trump?
First, I'd like to take issue with the fact that you said that they set high expectations with the DNC, Juan. Were we watching the same convention? It looked like a high school audio-visual team put that together. Bar is pretty low.
Jesse, I think this is the problem with setting exceedingly low expectations. Right. Is every now and again your opponent meets them, and when the expectation is you won't remember your name or where you are or what office you're running for, yeah, by that measure, he exceeded expectations. But I don't think that's the litmus test to be commander-in-chief. I do think Republicans are better off not arguing about his lucidity, but he's been in politics since Martha and I were in elementary school. Since we were in elementary school, Joe Biden has been in politics. So whatever great ideas he has, why hasn't he done it yet? He was in the U.S. Senate. He was a heartbeat away from the presidency. Whatever your great ideas, Joe, you had half a century to do it, and you haven't done it yet.
You know, the president has talked endlessly about how incapable he is and how unfit he is to hold the office. And so any sort of modicum of like a decent, good speech, which is, you know, basically what we saw last night. It was a capable, well-delivered speech. I don't think it was, you know, something that you're going to find in a book of, you know, the top 50 speeches in history, but it was a solid speech and a good moment for Joe Biden. But this is the easiest night. It gets harder from here, right? He's preaching to the choir. He gives his speech. Everyone who's surrounding him is just, you know, it's all full of love and light and not darkness. But after this, the bar gets higher. It gets more difficult. It's a more high wire act when you get into the debate season.
Joe Biden sent a clear message. You have a binary choice, Trump or back to normal.
Okay. Would you agree with that assessment, Greg?
Oh, absolutely. If I were high, there was nothing unifying in that speech. My bar for him was low, and he flunked it. And I'll tell you why. I have a lot of funny jokes I could tell about Joe, but this isn't funny. This is a very fragile, unstable time. We have the twindemic, as Dana mentioned. We have a pandemic that is creating so much anxiety in this world. We have the George Floyd race riots and crime wave, which is also creating much anxiety, which is being denied by people like Juan. So do you think reviving a 3-year-old incident in Charlottesville in order to push a lie that helps your divisive race-baiting narrative is healthy for America at this point? This country could erupt again at any time, and this feeble jackass happily flicks a match on a mountain of dry tinder with this Fine People hoax. And let me remind you, the Fine People hoax has been debunked by everybody, including even, yes, CNN. There are transcripts and there are videos that show that Trump, when he said both sides, he was talking about the debates regarding the monument, not Nazis or Antifa. It's obvious. Yet Biden pushes this lie relentlessly, and I'm not sure if he believes it or if he's just stupid or he's just mean-spirited. But this kind of deception is amping up the odds for racial conflict in the future. And this is a night where people are playing up his congeniality, his unification, that he's lovable. This is a lie that can cleave a country. And it grosses me out that nobody is talking about it. The media won't talk about it. It's grotesque that this can just fly by, even on our network. It's horrible. So he's, in my view, has disqualified himself from being in the public square forever.
Well, and he has a history of saying things like that. You remember what he said about Mitt Romney wanting to put black people back in chains.
Exactly.
Coming up, that's a wrap for the Democratic National Convention. Now it is Donald Trump's turn.